Hey, what's going on? This is Jonathan Bosman, aka the original Versastyles, and I want to show you real quick how to do something really simple, really easy, and it's going to save you guys a lot of heartache. It's a little hack I learned along the way. It's going to help you a lot with setting your trimmers and keeping your lines as crisp as possible. It's magic, I'm telling you. Check it out. Get into position. Alright, so what I do, believe it or not, when I'm setting my zero gap, I do not use the zero gap tool. I go by eye and I use whiteness on the backgrounds. So you have a light, right here is the low pro, and we have the chameleon blade on it. Now, see these magnets? These are just simple magnets you can find at Home Depot, iridium magnets, and I double them up. So I set the blade, I put the magnets on, and what I'm doing is I'm making sure that the magnets are nice and square, and it's going to give me the proper gap. Magnets have a memory, and right now I'm putting a memory onto the board. It's going to help keep the blade as true to itself as possible, and it's also going to have a memory onto a better suction, so all of the pressure isn't getting used onto the spring like that. So now you're having a magnetic and a spring loaded pressure, which is going to allow your clipper to be more of a rip and a hit at the same time without actually ever having to be over gapped. So next, moving on, I'm going to show you a quick little install. Now here I already did a DCL blade, and I have not gapped this yet. So right now, I guess we should install it. So what I'm gonna do is a little trick along the way everybody talks about. You might as well, right? So after a while, you get a lot of vibration. Now, see how quiet they are when nothing's on? This is a limited FX edition, rubber grip, really nice clipper, really powerful, really smooth. Shut it off. We're going to take the blade, we're going to inlay it on its angular piece, making sure it aligns properly, nothing crazy here. What I like to do is the glue is going to go in. So we're going to use a thread lock, pop, press in, let it sink it full, press in, barely a drop. Now slide one of the bolts in, slide one of the bolts in. Now that's flush. I take a little screwdriver, and this is how we're going to do it. We're going to go in, and nice and smooth, nice and even. Get a little bit of threading, go on the opposite side. Nice and smooth, nice and even. Now, you don't want to torque one down. It's called cross hatch, but it's essentially not cross hatching. So we have this. Give it a little tension. Give it a little tension. You want to have the tension and the torquing equal. Make sure you're in there. Okay. Now we're going to do the zero gap, and that's it. You ready? Alright. So now to zero gap, loosen that. Loosen that. This is a little 1.8 mil that comes, it's like a screwdriver Allen key. It comes with the ballast. Pretty much every trimmer. So, being that this is a skeleton, we have everything exposed, so it allows us to be able to gap our blades right on the fly, which is really cool. That's another benefit to these trimmers, besides cooling and the 360 availability. So now we take the light, and what I like to do is I like to push the blade up. I'll pull the magnet that I use and I'll put it from the bottom. Now these are iridium, they're really powerful. We'll take the light, we'll press it against the white backboarding. Now it's very tricky to see, I guarantee. It's barely, you'll see with the naked eye. But what we could do is we can use the camera and focus in. Believe it or not, I've done this so many times. I'm pretty confident in myself to do it by eye. We take a look, make sure there's nothing on there. Now, yeah, we have a straight zero gap. All right, take a look at the light. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Now the magnets are going to stay in place. Magnets are going to help me from the actual blade moving while, so you didn't get caught there and pull it away. So now we're going to torque these in. Some people like torquing them all the way. I rather torque them evenly, just so it doesn't overshift or anything, because I found the gap that I really like. A little bit. I'll check the other side. Okay. I like to do 3 torque checks. Alright. Once you feel that stungness, you stop. That's a definite stop. Now, before I turn this clipper on, I'm going to lube it up, and then we're going to see how it works. Keeping those magnets in place so they could make a memorization on the forward and the backward. So we could turn this back around, put them back on top, because that helped us on the bottom from sliding away. These are very powerful. Now we have magnetic memorization, checking the blade. Okay, get some oil, we'll be back at it. Go. Alright, so now we got them lubricated, I have a towel handy, and then we could check these out. This is tuning it in. Here the sounds are changing. It's the cadence of the blade. One off. I like to move it all around. There's typically a sweet spot I've noticed. Where it's quiet. Here tonality changes. Okay, now we have our check. So thumb is good, cool. We'll check here. If it doesn't hurt, that's a good sign. Now check, we'll always check the arm hair. So, you know you have a good machine when you can get one single hair and not a very thick one. So we'll come in real close. I think we got it. Let's try it on ourselves now. Try one beard hair. Boom. Now I'll try a bunch. Oh. Oh my Lord. These are very new. So believe it or not, as time goes by, they're actually going to get sharper because they're going to wear into themselves. But this is another reason why skeletons are great. You're coming in here, you could just follow yourself in and angle your edging. I'm not one for edge ups that are too sharp. I don't know. I like very mild round lines. But see how I can use this trimmer to get an angle in here with very minimal effort. Just follow the edge line, flip it on the back side. Same thing, I'll use this. It's like a pencil. Loosen that, drop it. When I'm doing clients, it's pretty much what I do. And then kind of follow it in. I follow this whole less is more routine. This is my ideology. Less is more. I can always take more out. I can't put more in. So we got a nice curve. Nothing crazy, just something, whatever. I need a haircut myself. These are really the ultimate check. I call it the scissor check. And you know they're really good. I'll get a little bit of hair from my head. My hair is really thick, so I know if it gets this with no issue, it's gonna rip. I get a little bit right there. Boom. No hesitation. No hesitation. Just kind of as if it was a scissor. Pull it. Right here. Clear. That is when you know your trimmer's solid. My belief is the Loctite mixed with everything else is going to make this thing run great. The pitch, you hear this pitch, you're in business. It takes a lot of practice. Be careful. Always check it on your thumb. If you get a little pinch, just back it down a little. Then when you think you got it, check again. It's always better to check 3 times than be in regret once. This is my hand. If I can not feel it and mush it into my hand, I'm good. This is how I check what's cutting. If I rip through this in one pass, getting 99 minimum, maybe even 100% of hairs, we're good. Just be careful. Take it easy. There's no rush. You'll get it. Have a good one.